Beginner's Guide to RC Helis by... Okay, let's talk about the components of a Nitro helicopter, alright? Okay, it's very simple when it comes to the component of Nitro helicopters. They also have got servos, okay? Servos for cyclic, servo for the tail or the tail rotor or the rudder servo, okay, to control the tail rotor pitch. But there is one more servo in Nitro helicopters which actually controls the carb of the engine. That means you need to increase and decrease the throttle on the engine. There is no speed controller here. So the servo controls the speed of the engine, the RPM of the engine, and of course you get the helicopter to fly. So this is an additional servo in Nitro helicopters. Then comes Nitro helicopters have a regulator. Okay, in case you are using a li-poly battery, they have a regulator. So the function of the regulator is to regulate the current and supply the right current to the receiver. Receiver is another component of the RC helicopter, Nitro helicopter. Without this you cannot do it. Here sits AR7000 receiver with lots of things connected into it. Alright, so receiver, servos, regulator, and of course li-poly battery to power the regulator. Now apart from this, Nitro helicopters of course have a Nitro engine. Okay, this is a line 55H engine sitting here. And Nitro helicopters also have a gyro. Of course, without gyro you cannot control them or cannot fly them. One more thing which is very important in Nitro helicopter is a fuel tank. Of course, Nitro helicopters have fuel tanks in order to fuel the engine and fly the helicopters. Another thing that Nitro helicopters have is a fuel filter. You don't want to run your engine without the fuel filter, because it will actually stop all those big elephants inside your fuel to enter the carb, the very sensitive carburetor of the engine, and prevent the engine from damaging. Of course, Nitro helicopters also need a radio, and a very good radio. Never ever try to fly a Nitro helicopter with a cheap E-fly type radios, okay? Always go for a nice radio when it comes to fly a Nitro helicopters. I did not even trust the Turnigi or Fly Sky 9 channel to fly my Nitro helicopter. Always go for a good radio when it comes to fly Nitro helicopters. Okay, and remember, Nitro helicopters also have a muffler. Alright, muffler not only provides the pressure for your tank, but also it reduces the enormous sounds coming out, popping out of the engine. Mufflers are very important, and a good tuned muffler will give you better flight. There is one more important part of the Nitro helicopters that you should not forget, and that is a governor. The function of the governor is to sense the rotation or the RPM of the engine and keep the RPM by controlling this throttle servo to a certain fixed amount required by the RC pilot. For example, if you need 100% throttle all the time while doing some serious 3D, the governor will make sure you get a constant RPM out of your engine. No matter how much load the main blades are putting on your engine, the governor will automatically sense and control the servo in order to give you a constant RPM. So these are some additional parts on Nitro helicopters. Let us move on to the next. Thank you very much for watching this segment.